Rising Kings and Queens. I call you guys Kings and Queens because if you're on this channel, we put the class and class-based shooters. And me, I consider myself the king, your boy Android Centaur 5, and we are back with another game called PayDay 3. And you guys, I've been waiting for this game for the 10 years. Actually, my 10 years feels like 11 years because I was sticking with them just on console, and if you've played Payday 2, you know they kind of just neglected and abandoned console, and it just became a PC game. But I was sitting there waiting, hoping that they would, put the DLCs and show us some love, but they haven't. So they're finally back 10 years later with the Payday 2 sequel, and they're saying that they're not going to neglect this. So I apologize for my absence. I've been, MIA for quite some time, and this is a video of many over a very, very long period. I think I haven't put out a video since I don't know, September. I know that's unacceptable. I apologize. I'm back, but at the same time, I just really wasn't very motivated with the games that were out that I could, make content on, because I like Pacific games, and this channel is based around Pacific types of games, and so I was really just waiting for this to come out so I can make videos on it. But I didn't want to be like my rest of my YouTube counterparts that have been putting out uncooked, undercooked videos of just random ideas. I wanted to have a great understanding of the mechanics of the game so I can give you the best builds that are possible. Without all of that being said, and let's jump right into it. Alright, this game, the community is just hell-bent on just doing nothing but armor plate builds. And I'm not going to say that's bad, that's good. But there are so many other ways to build this. This is why I wanted to, play the game for a bit before I actually started doing builds. There are so many different builds that you can do. And currently we max out at 7 loadouts, even though that says 0 down there. We max out at 7, so it's the 0 plus 6. And this is, without a shadow of a doubt, the best medic build that you can have for loud overkill gameplay. You need a medic when you're doing loud. I know no one wants to do that because it's not the flashiest build. You're not getting top kills. It doesn't seem like in your head, according to the statistics, that you are benefiting the team. But believe me, if you're trying to be in that overkill match, especially when you do things like trying to get all the bags on cook-off, and that's how I test all my builds, overkill, cook-off, trying to get all 19 bags pure. If you're trying to do that, I'm telling you, you need this build. You need this build. So let's just go ahead and jump straight into it. If you guys notice, there's a theme to all of my builds. So this is the paramedic, and out of all the heisters, I really like Joy. So I usually use Joy because I think out of all the clothes, they just fit on her the best. Probably because she's tiny. But either way, that's my amber. I guess we're just gonna say amber, green, white, and red paramedic. Let's jump right into it. Alright, so I'm going to explain these from top to bottom so everyone gets a full, clear understanding of how the mechanics on this build works, and that way you can utilize it if you decide to copy this. By the way, I use the website pd3.gg. I think that's what it is, pd3.gg. I'll put the link in the description to create all these builds so that way you can see them. You can see where the buffs trigger and how exactly to trigger them and keep them going so it keeps you and your team safe. I guess let's start there. Alright, on the bottom right corner of the screen you have 3 words that are in orange: edge, grit, and rush. I'm just gonna assume you guys know what they are, but in case you don't, they are right there. Edge gives you extra damage, grit gives you extra defense, and rush just makes you move a bit faster. You want all of those things triggering all the time on almost every one of your builds. Not only triggering, but you want to be able to refresh them on demand and keep them up. I say that, and then you're going to see this build and you're going to be like, well, why didn't you do that? There's some exceptions. But for the most part, yes, you want to trigger them to get them up so they pop up on the bottom of your screen, but then refresh them so they stay there, they don't go away. So you always have the 10% less damage, the 10% more damage, and you're moving a bit faster, because if you move faster, it's less likely that they'll hit you. I say that, but that's definitely a lie. That's definitely a lie. They definitely got aimbot. All of the enemies have aimbot, but it makes you feel like you're doing something. Really, the movement is probably only just when you're probably moving the bags. That's the only time movement really comes in handy, or when you're doing a full stealth build. But since we're worried about going in and shooting gun blazing, it really doesn't matter as much when you're the shooter. But for this build, there is a perk on here where rush is super good. Either way, let's go and jump into it. All right, so A1 day one, first perk that you absolutely need, or actually on this game they don't call them perks, they call them skills. These are skill trees. This is the basic skill, then the upgrade skills are in this row here, and then the max skill. The max skill you can get at any time. You don't need any of these other skills to be able to go straight here, but for the upgrade skills you need to at least put 1 point into the base skill. With that being said, medic has to be aced. You are the medic. Let's just get that clear straight up. You're the medic. You're not dealing a crazy amount of damage. What you're doing is keeping everyone alive, giving them back their lives, generating extra resources, getting and trading hostages. That is what you do. Oh, and throwing stuns to either secure an objective or make sure your teammate is safe when they're trying to secure that objective, or just picking someone up, or even trying to get a hostage, because I don't know if you know this, but if you throw a stun grenade at an enemy and they get blinded and put their hands up, you can walk straight up to them and immediately start using them as a human shield or a hostage. So either way, first skill, aced medic. These builds are assuming that you have at least made it to 100. So I really don't like doing the whole sit on one mission and just farm it over and over and over again. That's really boring to me. But I will say getting to 100 is super important. So if you want to have these builds A1 all the way up to the way that they should need to be, you need to at least get to 100. So yeah, go ahead and do your speed power farm thing for to get you to 100, whichever way that you prefer doing it, because I don't really think any way is faster than the other. It's pretty much gonna take the same time no matter what you do. But either way, medic aced first, that's 2 points. Steady hands, that's a 3rd point, and that one makes it so you interact with the med bags faster, plus you get that 20% extra health, which is really good. Extra charges puts extra med packs in your med bag, which you absolutely need. Combat medic, that's really important. When you have grit, that thing that you want to trigger to give you less damage, when you're picking up your teammate, both of you go immune for 5 seconds, plus you take less damage while you're picking them up. That's why you want to ace medic, because I believe you get grit whenever you pick up a teammate. Yeah, and then you get that 40% less damage when you're reviving a teammate, and this one makes it so when that teammate finally gets up, you and that teammate are immune for 5 seconds. They coordinate, they go together, they complement each other very well. And this one, all right, so I originally had a point here, right? Because that 15 extra health, it just seems so alluring, and then you get to react with medic bags 50% faster, but since I've had it on, it doesn't really seem like it's giving me more health. I never really notice it. So with that being said, like I said, rush comes into handy. Again, you want rush whenever your teammate goes down. Rush is triggered for you, so you move faster, and as long as you have rush, you pick up your teammate 30% faster. That's important. You want them to get up off the ground instantly, especially if they're in a bad spot and you just run over to them in the middle of gunfire and pick them up like a good medic should do. Keep your team up. Always think about your team first. And then last, in the medic tree, every build should have this. This is not dedicated to the medic. You absolutely need to have this, unless it's a stealth build. If it's a stealth build, you're not gonna really be going down. You're not trying to trigger any alarms to take any huge fights, so you don't need it. But build surgery is absolutely necessary with every loud build that you do, because it makes absolutely no sense to go down, lose your down, and not do anything else about it. This makes it so the medic has a job. They're carrying the medic bags to throw down whenever you go down to put your down back whenever you do go down. You need field surgery. It is absolutely necessary in everyone's build, and it makes it so your medic has a job to do. Anyway, that's that. And after this is a niche for me, but it makes so much sense because, like I said, when you throw the flash bangs, and I did equip flash bangs on this medic loadout, when you throw the flash bangs, you can immediately walk up to enemies, SWATs and whatnot, and take them as hostages without having to shout them down. And since your whole job is to heal, put lives back, immediately revive, and take hostages, this is just a no-brainer for me. So you put, like I said, you need 1 point in the base skill tree before you can get any of the upgrade skill trees. So unfortunately we have to put one in ammo specialist, which I mean isn't really bad. It gives you more ammo, but the second one gives us an additional charge. We're not using ammo bags, so I guess that doesn't really matter. But the point of this is because whenever we get edge, we have a 10% chance to replenish our throwables. So we generally never run out of throwing stuns. It's so many enemies everywhere. Once, if you're in a mission for a long period of time, bodies just start piling up. Green boxes of ammo are everywhere. You run through a whole large assortment of green ammo, all 3 of your throwables come back instantly. It's like a no-brainer, and you don't have to waste another point putting in top up, which means that you would have to carry an ammo bag to be able to get all that, or hope that your teammates are carrying an ammo bag. And with the way this community is going, they don't value anything but armor plates, so you need to make sure that you're getting your throwables back and you're not just SOL, especially when you're doing long periods of gameplay. After that, we skip mower because that has nothing to do with us. This is more of an AR skill tree, and with my medic, I'm using the war, which is the new SMG, but you can use any SMG. It doesn't matter if you have the war or not. Any SMG will work on this build, and once you get down further into the build, you'll see why. Infiltrator is absolutely for just sneaking around. That has nothing to do with loud. We can act like this whole road doesn't exist. Tank is important because it immediately regens your well, not immediately, it gives you 20% faster regen when your armor plates are starting to break. All right, so when you get shot, if you look at your armor, it starts flashing a red bar. That red bar means that that piece of armor took damage, but it didn't immediately break. So if you just immediately jump into cover, wait for maybe two or 3 seconds, that whole red bar will regen all the way back to blue. So you can generally keep your armor the whole game if you just keep playing limbo with, oh, I popped out, I picked up some kills, or I took damage picking up a teammate or something like that, or trying to get a hostage. But if I hurry up and run into cover, that red bar will come back, and you generally don't have to keep going through armor plates. That's why I said armor is good, but if your whole team, everyone on your team is relying on armor plates, y'all gonna run out so fast and you won't make it very far. So this build makes it so you are relying more on grit and using your health as armor rather than using those armor plates. So when they do run out, you don't really care because you didn't really need them that much in the first place. This makes it so I know that didn't make sense because we're talking about this particular perk, but the next perk will show it. So like I said, yeah, put this one on just for your survivability. 20% extra regen on your armor chunks. And while you have that, this is I want to say the second most important perk that's on this skill. You need last man standing. When you take that crazy amount of damage that's supposed to put you down and you have grit activated, that grit will save your life. Like, you won't even notice it. Like, it'll pop up in the bottom of your screen, that fist with the shield in it. And once this triggers, that fist with the shield will have a stop sign going through it. You know, the circle with the slash going through it, that means canceled. And until you pick up another health kit or interact with something in your health bag, you won't be able to get grit anymore. But this will save you from going down. It'll just absorb your grit, and it will give you 4 seconds of invincibility. So for 4 seconds, you can't take no damage, and it'll all reset once you just pick up another health kit. this saves your life. This makes it so you are not down, because if you go down, everyone's gonna go down. You are the guy that keeps everyone on their feet, so you have to yourself stay on your feet. And this just is just like a no-brainer, because you don't really have to do anything because of the next perk that we're going to put. But absolutely put on Last Man Standing. If you guys have never looked into it, I'm telling you, you'll enjoy Overkill way more with this perk on. I mean, skill point. So we're skipping the next three because we're, like I said, we're the medic, we're not really shooting. As far as speed, we only need to be fast. If someone goes down, that's all we care about. We don't really care about that speed. We're not really throwing bombs, so this whole skill tree doesn't matter to us either. But this one right here, Enforcer, absolutely ace this out, because this is how you get your grit. Your grit is, like I said, what keeps you alive, and you need to have that triggering all the time. And with the SMG, you're generally close because it's a mid to short range weapon at all times. So that's within 5 meters of you get 2 kills within 4 seconds of each other. You're melting things with an SMG no matter what anyway. And you're really only aiming at non-special units, non-special police officers. So that means like you're really only aiming at the grunts and not really the shields or the juggernauts, unless your team is shooting at them. So you'll help your team, but you're not facing any of those specials by yourself, except for shields. For some reason, the SMG just melts shields. It's probably because there's no recoil, and you could just beam their head through that little window that they look through with the shields. Like nothing is wrong. Like you just melt shields. So I take that back. You are on shield duty. You melt shields. You take shields out instantly. But you still have to be like mid-range to them. So maybe if you had someone in front of you, you can melt them. But yeah, you get Enforcer first point, and then you want to ace it, because that means every time when you get that kill, you also, instead of just gaining grit, you gain edge as well. So you just got your 2 buffs for doing nothing but just, you know, what you would have done anyway. Just shoot some grunts. All right, that's important just to trigger the other things that are necessary for your build to work. But the most important tree, well, no, second most important tree other than your medic stuff, is the manipulator stuff. This is how you get your hostages. So you want manipulator aced, right? Because you tie up people faster, which is good. No one really has to help you cow people up. But the most important thing is when you ace it, instead of that hostage counting for 1 trading hostage, every hostage that you trade counts for 2. So you want to stack these up as quickly as possible, because like in the beginning, when the first responders first come, and everyone is trying to set up and get everything ready for when the cops show up, it asks you to trade 1 hostage to delay the assault. Then it asks you to trade 5 hostages to delay the assault. Then it asks you to trade 10, and then it goes from 10 to 13. You're running out of hostages at that point, and is getting these perks, because every time you trade someone, it counts as 2. So instead of you getting 1 hostage point per trade, you're getting 2. And these other perks make it so it goes up. This one, I generally made this for cookout, so it's not really that far or that many regular hostages there that you would need this. But if you were doing something like the big bank, yeah, I would put this on. This just makes your shout range further, and they stay down 50% longer. That's just only for civilians. That doesn't do anything for the cops. So it's up to you, but it didn't fit in this build. Silver Tongue, absolutely good, because this makes it so you get an additional point for trading those guards, though, in anyone that's in law enforcement, right? So with these 2, you get 2 points, right? And then this one, you get 3 points. That's a 3rd point. And then Negotiator makes it so when you trade a hostage, instead of them dropping 1 resource, they would be dropping 3 different resources because of these 2 points or 3 points that you put prior to, which is how your team stays alive. They're dropping those med kits, and now with the updates that they did, they're dropping the armor repairs, which I hope they get to a point where they actually drop armor, or a med kit that would, like, I don't know, give you at least half your health back instantly, or maybe like an adrenaline needle that would speed your reload time up or make you move faster. That would be cool. Like, there's so many different things that they could implement to make the officers drop, other than shield repairs and health. Other things, like, or maybe they might drop a throwable that you can pick up and throw. Like, anything. But whenever that comes, negotiator will be amazing. And then this menacing is absolutely necessary, because that is what allows you to get the SWATs and the heavy SWATs to surrender and become hostages for you. And like I said, when you're in Cookout, it's not really hostages running around regular people. It's the SWATs trying to come in to stop you from cooking the meth. So when they come in, you can get one of these per wave. I generally make it so the medic can get a person, and maybe the crowd control person can get a person as well. So that's 2 extra hostages you can get per wave. But absolutely necessary. You need that. Also, if you put this and Stockholm Syndrome together, they will revive you even if they down you. I didn't put these 2 together because, like I said, with the medic, you don't want to ever be on the ground, so there's no need to have anyone picking you up because you're not going down. After that, you want Master Trader. Master Trader is amazing because every time you trade someone, they spend less time in custody. And that's 1,000% essential if they go down in the middle of a wave and they don't, and the police aren't backing off for like another, I don't know, 5-6 minutes. You need them to come back almost expeditiously, almost instantly. And this makes it so if you've been trading those hostages and getting those police to surrender every round, no one will spend that much time in custody. It's nothing worse than when you go down and it took you 20 seconds to get into custody, but then when you actually get into custody, it says like 190 seconds. You'd be like, my God, dang, that's the rest of the game. So now you're just sitting there watching your teammates play. This makes it so that doesn't happen, but it only works for the person that has it on. So whoever has this on, your medic or whoever has it on, make sure that they're the person that's trading the hostages. After that, we want to skip engineer because that has nothing to do with us. We're not using sentries. We want to skip gunslinger because we're definitely aiming down sights. We're not hip firing. Drifter, again, that's for sneaking around. Hacker, that's for sneaking around. We're doing loud, so we don't care about any of this stuff. Tactician is really good, but we're not the damage dealer, so we don't need any of that. Strategist, really good, but we're not the damage dealer nor the tank. And we're not running around outside by ourselves, which would make misdirection really useful. So we're not using any of that. We're not taking anyone down because, again, this is sneaky, but I know that they're adding another skill tree that would probably make this pretty good. But until then, we're not using that. Transporter. We are using this. Unfortunately, we have to put 1 point in transporter, which we really don't care about. But the reason we're doing that is because we want to make it so we can carry the maximum amount of medic bags we possibly can carry in one game. And with deep pockets, it doubles your amount of med bags you can carry, but it takes away 2 charges. So technically, you're getting 2 charges because you're getting 1 extra charge in each bag, but it's taking away 2 charges. So instead of it being 6 in each bag, you'd have 4 in each bag, which is generally still better. You're gaining 2. But other than that, that's all you need for the perfect medic setup. And we'll go ahead and jump into probably a cook-off so I can demonstrate how you should be playing this. Be right back. Alright, here we go, y'all. So I'm in here by myself with some bots. Favors that I always use for this is the med bag. I don't really want it to be anything else. I want my teammates always getting the maximum amount of health. So what I do is, as the medic, I am constantly sneaking around trying to see before I actually go straight in there. Our teammates did that. Okay, didn't think about it, but normally we want to sneak in and we want to catch all of these guys as hostages. Right? So we just have the most amount of hostages we can possibly have. When you're playing with a full team, they'll do that. Oh look, we got someone that's gonna join. Too bad he came really late. I don't know why they're answering the phone. Alright, so that and this guy here. Yeah, we want, I don't know why he stopped him right there, but alright. What you normally want to do is after you get that, I would have gotten all of those guys to stay. Pick up some boards here. But what I'm looking for is the power, right? All right, here we go. Here's the power right here. So what we normally do with the medic, we take the bombs, put them right here. I forgot what those ultrasonic bombs, and we put them on there. So when they come over here to try to cut the lights off, instead of us having to run out here, we can just hit the bombs. It'll blow up, and it'll give us a couple seconds. Sometimes they go back to just turning the lights off, and sometimes they go, okay, well, never mind. I'll just go inside and try to kill you. We want them to come inside and try to kill us and leave the lights alone. And that makes it so we don't put ourselves in danger by running outside. And since this is outside, what I always want to do is we board up this window here. Actually, no. We board up this window here. Right. We'll board up this window here. And I want them to come in right here because this is a good way for me to catch them when they're jumping through the roof. And I'll board up this window here. If we had an engineer, he would be sitting right here. He would throw his turrets right here and right here, and that'll stop everything from walking in this way. Honestly, I probably wouldn't board up this window then, because I would want that thing to be able to shoot through the window too. You technically only need 2 windows then. Yeah, because I would board up this one and that one. Yeah, that's pretty much it. The board spawns are pretty much the same. See, there are more boards here. There's supposed to be boards right here. Yep. And there are also boards here sometimes, and there's also boards in the garage. Those are all the spawns. All right. Oh, you know what? I just realized that's. Okay, alright, there we go. Boarding up that window. And I just realized that we had the audio down, which I don't like because I like hearing her talk. There we go. Alright, perfect. So what I normally do is I take these and put them in the bathroom so they can't get them. Caustic soda. I'm not gonna trade anyone because we didn't get a single guy. I'm pretty sure our teammate is gonna try to trade someone. I'm pretty sure he really shouldn't, but you know, you can't control other people when you're not in the lobby with them. There were these boards that were here.
I'm checking the recipe. You should hook up a tank of hydrogen chloride.
Alright, since we don't have an engineer, I guess I'll board up this window, but I normally would not do that. Alright. And then there's one more board that could go there.
They're deploying additional snipers.
Oh, he already got it.
Be careful. They're deploying
Additional snipers.
Gas it up. Jesus,
Ooh.
man.
What are you doing, my guy? Put the board on the window. Alright, so he's level 22, so I'm not sure if he is aware of what's happening. But it's all good.
Here we go.
It's all good. Okay, so that noise means that the cloaker should have been able to spawn up here now from that window. I mean that attic portion. It's all good. Alright, like I said, this is the spot for the. There we go. We got one. Oh wow, the cloaker. That's annoying. Alright, so here, yeah, he's definitely new because he's shooting all of the hostages. Look at that. We're supposed to be getting. So we got the one that we needed. Now we can kill. Oh, it looks like he got one too. Maybe he has that perk.
Muriatic acid. That's what we need. That's what
She has familiarity. Alright, you see that? Oh, look, blew it up. Stopped him from getting that. Put another one in his place. Pick that up.
You're a natural. Ready for another bat?
Oh, we're getting shot up.
The notes say we need lye to get the temperature. Caustic soda.
Caustic soda. Alright, we'll let him put it in. He has to pull it back.
That looks right.
And we're looking for the other ingredient that we need.
I have it.
There we go.
If Bane's notes are accurate, add hydrogen chloride to the mix.
Alright. Oh, we can get that guy. If there was an aim assist, we would get that guy. Alright, they're not trying to let us up that way, so we'll swing around. There we go.
Okay, you got it.
Alright, so we're getting rid of this guy
Cross-referencing the notes.
and this guy.
Add some muriatic
And
acid.
that gives us back our place, and like I said, we have a bunch of them sitting here. Because of that, we also have health, a bunch of them sitting here.
Nice
Yeah.
going. You can cook that batch a little longer to increase the purity, but keep an eye on it.
My bad, you guys. I thought I turned off my ringer. I'm a popular guy.
30 seconds until they hit you.
Wow, he
Focus,
just
people.
jumped through like that. Alright, we got a blue bag. Hey. Alright, we can leave. That's all we
I called
needed.
in the van for pickup. Get ready to toss in the meth. If there are any chemicals left, we might as well cook a little more.
Park. Hustle up and throw the bags in.
Oh, they burnt the bag. I didn't know we burnt the
Get
bag.
ready. We could have used those cooks. I think hydrogen is up. There's the jetaway. You got cops coming from the These notes, it's like a
Alright, Alright, we're escorting bags over.
I think we're good so far.
Killed the shield.
Bulldozer.
Inside out.
Oh, I'm not you ran straight at me.
Those cooks would have been helpful right now. Add caustic soda and we'll go from
Oh,
there.
there's someone dropping a heavy weapon.
Three bags and counting.
Alright. Gotta get our teammate to wanna come.
I'm 65.5.
And that's all we needed. So next time, we'll be putting up the next builds. Like, comment, subscribe.
Bet you thought
Peace
your
out,
best
you guys.
green days were behind you. We'll make a cock